Photoshop users. This project is called Pop Art after an artist called Andy Warhol in the 1960s would take normal pictures and put fun colors on it. And you can see here's the layer palette. It's not that difficult, and for this project I will have printed out instructions, but just watch this video so you can get a handle for it. This is Pastor Will. He was in the room last Friday morning, and I took a picture of him. Let's take a look at the picture right there. Uh, he was in front of my desk, and the sun was coming in through the blinds, and this is Rembrandt lighting. There's your triangle. So the first thing we want to do is go to our layer, and it'll say background. I've gotten this step already, and just double click so it says layer 0. Step 2 is drag this down to the plus sign next to the garbage can. And now we have 2 layers. I'm going to double click, and we want to title this cut, C-U-T, second word away, A-W-A-Y. And we're going to be cutting different areas of the picture away and coloring them. Okay, step 3 is we want to go to here again, create a new layer. And this one you don't have to title, and I'm going to pull it down in between cutaway, and that was our first layer. And now I'm going to color in this because I'm going to be deleting the background and I want the color to show through. So to do that, we go to Edit, Fill, click it, and you want the mode to be on normal, and color, we're going to choose the color. If you hit this arrow, you could choose white, gray, black, pattern. We're going to choose color. And let's say you want a red. Well, there are different shades of red. Let's say you want a green. There are different shades of green. So I'll just pick like a really bright green, and I'll hit OK. And I'll hit OK here. If you look in the layers palette down here, it turns green. So now I'm going to go back up to my top layer, the cutaway, and we want to go to a new tool. We've used the magic wand before, but as we found out, the magic wand kind of works, it doesn't work, it doesn't select all the areas, and you did well by choosing what you could, and you were masking and then erasing and using the brush. We're going to hit Control D to delete all those ants. Photoshop has come out with a new tool that's pretty neat. It says Object Selection Tool. So when I put it on Pastor Will and touch him, and I'll double click, it's processing, and oh my gosh, look at that. It selected everything but the coffee cup. Let's click on the coffee cup and see what happens. Boom, I've got him. Don't have to use the magic wand. This is our mask, and you can see it just made a really great, it made a really great selection on him. There's the mask, and I'll get rid of the mask. Well, I want to delete the background, and we know right now if I hit delete or on a Mac, but you would delete by hitting backspace. Well, I don't want to delete Pastor Will, so I'm going to hit Command Z and go a step back. So what do I do to select the background? We go to, is it layer, select, inverse. We've done this before. So I'm selecting now the background. And now I'm going to hit backspace. And there's Pastor Will with the green background. If I change this color, it would just change, but I'll just keep going. All right, so we have the ants, and now I want to hit Control D to deselect the ants. and I want to go to the cutaway layer. That's the top layer. And we want to do something fun here. We're going to go image, adjustment, whoops. So it'll all be written down. Threshold. These are called filters. And this is called a caret. And I don't want it to be a silhouette because I want to change the color. This will be too white. And I want to get some detail in his t-shirt. And I'm holding some detail white in the face, but I really like this. I'm at 132. Your picture may be different. That's maybe a little bit too dark. I'll just kind of go, I'll go like that and I'll hit OK. So we have the cutaway layer, we have the background layer, and this is just sitting here. All right, so I want to go to the cutaway layer, and here's another new tool. Okay, next to the object selection, this is the move tool. Below the move tool, if we click this, we have three tools here. We're going to pick the middle one, which is called Polygonal Lasso Tool. And I'm going to choose his t-shirt. And you just click it, and I'm going to go outside the box. And I just want his t-shirt. This does not have to be perfect, but that's his arm and coffee, so I'll kind of stay away from that, but we'll be able to fix it. And usually when we use this tool, we put it right on exactly where we want it, but for this project, we don't need to. And at the end, if it's not perfect as far as where the lines are, we can change that. Now you have to connect it, and then you get marching ants. Okay, at this point, we are on the cutaway layer, and depending on whether you're using a Mac or Windows, check my directions. I am on a Mac, and I'm going to hit Option, Command J, and it's taken this layer, and I want to title it T-shirt. Very important to title them. Now this is extremely important. So that's my t-shirt. You have to always come back to the cutaway. So I'm going to choose his t-shirt, his hat, and his skin tone, and I'm done. So but you've always got to come back to the cutaway, okay? So we've done the t-shirt. Let's do his hat. So I'm going to go to the polygonal tool again. Again, this does not have to be perfect, which is pretty neat. And we want to connect the lines right there, and there it is. I'm on the cutaway layer on the Mac. I'm going to hit Option, Command J, and it's important. We're going to put hat. You need to title it. I'll hit OK, and the ants go away. And now I just want to do Will's skin tone, including arm. So I go to polygonal, make sure it's on this second one because I'm going to need one selection here and one selection here. But it's very important. You always have to come back to the cutaway or it won't work. So let's see, we're doing his face. And now I'm going to do his arm. This has to be on the second one. If it's only on the first one, once you start clicking down here, the first selection will go away. You come outside the box. I think the coffee is going to turn the color of the t-shirt. I'm okay with that. Yeah, this is part of his arm. And we need to double click. And we have that selected. I'm on the cutaway on a Mac, Option, Command J, and I'm finished. I'm going to put face and arm. Okay, here we go. We're done. So now I've got the cutaway. I need the color in the face, hat, and t-shirt. So I'm going to go to the face, not the hat. I'm going to start with the face. You can start anywhere. I'll start with the t-shirt. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to hit the command. Let's see. Cancel. Let's try it again. Okay, so I'm sorry. Hit the command key first, or hit the command key first on a Mac, check my directions, and then click on the little picture, and you get the ants, okay? So you hold down on the Mac the command key, maybe the Windows key on your Windows, check my written directions. So when you hold that down, then click on what you want. Let's try another one. I'm going to hold the command key and click on hat. There it is. So we'll do the hat first. And this is what you do. It's all written down. Edit. We're going to go fill again. But this time, instead of normal, it's very important. We're going to hit multiply. These are different modes that affect your color. And multiply will be transparent so we can see the black part of the picture. Multiply. I don't want it green. I'm going to choose a different color. I'll pick red. Different shades of red. I'm going to pick a bright red. Hit OK. And I'm going to hit OK here. Let's hit Control Z and see what happened. So I'm on the t-shirt. Edit. Fill. Color. OK. And I'm sorry. That's the problem. I'm on the t-shirt, but I'm actually doing the hat. Got to make sure you're on the right layer. So here's hat, here's hat. Let's try it again. Edit, fill, make sure it's on multiply. I know it's red, but just going over it again, and it should color in nicely now. I'm on the hat layer, and it's selected with ants. Nice. I like that. So now I'm going to hit Command or Control D, and we can go back. The part of his forehead is red. That's not a problem. We can change it. All right, now let's go to the t-shirt. So I'm going to hit the command key down and click on the t-shirt box. And same steps, file, yep, edit, fill, color. I don't want it red. You pick any color you want. I'll pick blue. And then you choose any color. I'm picking really bright colors. I'm hitting OK. This has to be on multiply. And I've got the t-shirt. I'm on the t-shirt layer. Pretty cool. Might be a little dark. Let me hit Control Z and do it real quick. So if you don't like it, Control Z, edit, fill. I'm going to change the color. I'll go to a lighter blue. I'll hit OK, multiply, t-shirt, and hit OK. I like that. And what's left? Okay, his skin tone. So I'm going to hit Control D or Command D on a Mac. And we need his flesh tone. So I'm going to hit the Command key on the Mac, touch this. Let's see, try it again. And there it is. And I'll go Edit. Okay, I'm not on the right layer, and the computer sees that. Pretty neat. So I want the face arm. Now let's try it. Edit, fill, color. I don't know, I'll pick something. I'll pick yellow. Pick any color you want. I'll hit OK. Make sure that's a multiply. I'm going to hit OK. Done. And now I'm going to hit Control D. Pretty neat. There you go. Now, the next step is, and this will be written, but I'll show you. We're going to go to Image, Duplicate, right here. Image, Duplicate. Watch this. Hit Duplicate, hit OK, and right now I've got two exact pictures. So I'm going to put this one up here, and let's see what happens if I go to the hat and let's go to Image, Adjustment, Color Balance. Can we change the color of the hat? A little bit. Let's see what happens if we do this. I'm going to go to the hat. I'm going to hold the Command key down. Select it. Let's try it again. Edit. Fill. No, I'm sorry. Oh boy. Edit. Okay. Image. Adjustment. And we're going to go to Use Saturation, not Color Balance. Right here. Use Saturation. And I'm going to change. There you go. I'm going to change the color of the hat. Whatever you want. So the lightness would probably stay in the middle. Saturation's how dark the color is, and this is the actual color. So I'll go here, and I'll hit OK. I'll hit Control D, Command D, and let's try the face and arm. So I held the Command key down on a Mac, clicked face and arm, edit, no, image, adjustment, use saturation. The crazier the better. Orange is pretty cool. I'll hit OK. I'll hit Control D. And what do we got left? The t-shirt. Let's try the t-shirt without hitting the Command key. And let's see if it changes. Image, adjustment, use saturation. Yeah, it does. So when we change the colors, we don't have to get the magic wand on it. And I'm going to hit OK. So let's pull this one down. And we'll pull this history over here. We'll close this up. And you can see we have two images. Control minus. And they're completely different. Well, wait a minute. What about the background? Can we change that? Let's try it. Let's go to the background. Image. Adjustment. Use saturation. Oh, cool. That's kind of nice. So that's two of them. So now you want to go to this image and duplicate it again and go through and change the colors. And we want 4 images. And then in the next video, I'll show you how to put all 4 in one page. So you're not going to be able to finish this in one period. So you would go File, Save As. You would save it to on your computer. you could check this box, save on your computer, and you could save it to downloads, but keep it in Photoshop. That way when you open it, all these layers will be here. And you could retitle it now so you know what it is. You could put Portrait Pop Art 1, and then you could title this Pop Art Portrait Pop Art 2, Pop Art 3, and Pop Art 4. This little stuff here, and then you would hit save. And then go to your Google Drive and put it in your assignment folder. This little stuff is very easy to correct, and I'll show you that in the next video. Okay, have fun with it. Look forward to seeing your work, and it's very important you have dramatic lighting on the face, and we'll talk about that, whether you do it in the studio or with your cell phone. And also, this is head and shoulders, so you have head, face, shoulders, and it cuts off above the waist. That's the type of picture you want. Okay? All right. Thank you.